Now, I saw your interview with Paul Sherlock for the Magpie Circle, and you talked to length to Paul about the way Notts County played under you. I wonder if you could tell me about the Leeds United way and what you were looking for with Leeds.
Well, I was fortunate in the sense that I got there with a lot of games, with probably 2/3 of the season to go, maybe 3/4. I hadn't seen much of them at that time. Obviously, I knew their position. And it's funny because I was only talking to someone last week about dynasties. And I said, if you think about from the 50s in England, there have been 4 or 5. Revy was one. Clough was another. Bill Shankly was another. Alex was another. And afterwards, if you look at the history, it's taken, when someone's moved in, it's taken a long time and lots of managers for it to get back to anywhere near it where it was. And apart from Liverpool, and my view is that one of the big things about management, and when I talk to would-be managers, I'm very strong on this. Culture teaches us all. Whatever subject you want to talk about, in order, as it were, to become educated with regard to that subject or topic, where it involves people, culture is very, very important. And for me, those examples I've just given, the people going in were going into a club which had a very, very strong culture. The only place that didn't happen was at Liverpool, where the person who moved in was already there and knew and understood and was part of that culture. What happens, as far as I'm concerned, is when those cultures ended, if you like, and those legends ended, the people they leave behind have become engrossed in, saturated by the culture that that person created. And no matter whatever you do, you can't recreate that. And you have to recognize that that's going to be a problem. Was I aware of that when I went to Leeds? No, although I did know and understand how important it is for the person who's in charge of anything, anywhere, anybody, that they have to represent what it is they want. So then you start looking, well, what are you talking about? Well, people want their leader to be himself. They don't want their leader a leader who's trying to be someone else. They want him to be himself. They want him to be authentic. They want him to be knowledgeable. They want him to be good at what he does. But above all, they want you to be honest. And they want you to be authentic.
Yeah.
Because what you're giving out are messages. Now, do we think about those messages and, as it were, write them down? No, we don't.
Yeah.
But if I, in a football sense, I want people to recognise that one, I know what I'm doing, but more importantly, the thing that I want them to do has got that the messages from me have got to be authentic, and my responses have got to be authentic, and they need to know that they can trust me. I don't mean in a financial sense. I mean well, he said that, and what we've learned is if he says that, then he's going to do that.
And I'm just wondering, Howard, there's not many managers get the honeymoon. They don't really get long enough to do what you did at Leeds, to build things and to have that leeway. It's very much results orientated. And I understand about the plan you had for going into Leeds, but how long do you actually think you need to make an impact like that? So you made an impact pretty much straight away, but what do you think is a reasonable time to be given to make that type of impact?
Well, it depends. It depends where you're going. It depends what's gone on before that, and so on. So I can't say that. What I can say is you're talking, for you to get to really know them and for them to get to really know you, you're talking 12 months minimum.
Yeah.
12 months minimum, because it's not like learning to drive. There's no highway code, as it were. And, people generally drive on the right side of the road, on the correct side of the road, and so on. When you start dealing with different people, you're giving the same message, but they're going to hear that message differently at times. And so it's just every day. And knowing what you're going into beforehand is a massive help, and having time, as it were, to prepare for that. And I know that because when I took the Notts County job,
yeah,
to go as, because I saw Jimmy in June. He rang me up.
I read that, yeah.
And he basically, after he'd been talking for about 3 minutes, he said, I'll not do. I can't do his accent, but it was something like, it's something like. I said, well, but hang on a minute. Why me? I said, we'd had the bit. I said, look, I'm not coming here to carry the balls. And he said, you won't be carrying the balls. You'll be carrying the team. I want you to come here and take over from me in terms of what I've been doing. And all those jobs that the managers don't like, I'll be doing. I said, what do you mean? He said, I'll sort out the hotels. I'll sort out, we've got enough footballs. I'll sort out blah, 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 blah. What I want you to do. And I said, why? He said, because I saw what you did at Boston. And he said, I saw what you did when you took the England non-league team. I watched those 3 games. And he said, and I've seen you on the Leeds show various times. So that meant I had from then July to January the 1st of the next year, to look at them, watch them. And by the time I got started with them on January the 1st, I knew more or less what we were going to do next pre-season. But my first job was to avoid relegation, because
obviously
they were down there. But by the time we started, I said to them, "And we're going to do 7 weeks pre-season." And of course, in those days, it was like, "What?" He said,
yeah.
We usually do 4. But I said, because what we're going to do it'll take us 7 weeks easy.
Yeah.
Because having watched them, I decided to summarize it. I decided the best way for them to win football matches was to pass.